Well, hey there, guys. It's Jennie Wolek here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I am excited to chat with my friend Carie Holzl today on this episode of Agent Success Secrets. I'm talking with Carie specifically because she's got a lot of skills and talent when it comes to leading her own MREA real estate team, but also being a team leader in the Chicago area. So, Carie, introduce yourself and say who you are and what you do. And then I can't wait to ask you lots and lots of questions.
I love this. Oh, I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to hang out with you too. We don't get enough
I
time
just
together.
love
So,
you. I'm excited.
I know seeing your smiling face is exciting for me. So happy to be here. Carie Holzl in the suburbs of Chicago. Just like you said, Jennie, I started at Remax for a couple years floundering around, and then I found my tribe at KW, where I was committed to following the models that Gary wrote to get a life, right? A life worth living, business worth owning. I was exhausted. I had young twins at the time, and I was making more money than I ever thought I could, but I was so tired and
Yeah.
not feeling fulfilled. So I
Yeah.
built my team at Keller Williams, came over 2016, and then I really was looking for what's next because I love impacting buyers and sellers, and I was just obsessed with high levels of customer service and solving their needs. It is just kind of who I am at the core. I'm just a problem solver. And I got to the point where I was starting to feel a little burnt out of that and wasn't fulfilled. So I thought, what better way to grow? My core values are growth, joy, and legacy. So if I'm not growing and I'm not having fun and I'm not impacting the future, like I'm not happy. So I thought, well, I like to grow. I'm going to put myself right in the path of leadership. So for our Keller Williams family, team leader role, what better place to be?
Others might call that crazy, but I don't know. Go ahead.
People did, and they still do, and it was.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh my goodness, stretched in so many different directions, and really had to get over, caring about what people think of me is a challenge. Like us high eyes, while we're great as realtors because we care so much, we also care a little too much about what people think of us. So that really became a tough thing for me because while I just thought, well, this is great. Who, why wouldn't you like me? But turns out people have a real level of expectation of what a team leader is and what my role should be and what I should be doing and how I should be doing it. And but it's been the greatest thing I could have ever done, really, because it's gotten me out of my comfort zone.
Well, you've had great success, obviously, in having an MRE team when you're not even in production, but then still being a team leader who has lots of success. And how you're defined as successful in this role is attracting and recruiting and retaining agents. So,
Yeah.
speaking as the owner of a real estate team here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I'm always looking for ways to get better and attracting great people to us. I want them all just like knocking on the door and want to join our team, and that just isn't always the case. And so, help
Mhm.
me and all my agent friends who are struggling with this as well.
Yes. Well, we say at KW, in the absence of value, it becomes about the price. And
Mhm.
find with a lot of, budding teams that they don't have the confidence, and they don't feel like they have the value stack to attract talent. So for teams in particular, and I didn't get there on day one, right? Like I would say one of the best things I did when I contemplated getting out of production, was I knew if I was going to be, if I wasn't physically going to be there as much, I really needed a strong visual presentation of
Mhm.
what it looked like to be on Hosel Homes. What did it look like? What did it feel like? Because I'm very visual. And so, I would just have these conversations with people, and I'm really good at going deep. Like I want to get to the core root of what is your big why, what drives you? Are we in alignment on the things that are most important to me? Are they going to be most important to you? And I can have great conversations with people, but without me or without anything else, like it really kind of fell flat. So, and it was hard to do, but I created a really great visual presentation and I just broke it down of what does it look like and feel like. And I reverse engineered it because I had a hard time with my big why. And somebody asked me once, okay, it was Jordan Freed, actually. He said, hope it's okay if I swear. He said, what pisses you off?
Yeah.
And that was easy. I could write down 20 things that really made me mad or that like broke my heart. And then
Yeah.
I just oh, that's my why. It's the opposite of those things.
Yeah.
And so when I was building my value proposition for my team, I just wrote out like, if you're someone that doesn't want to recreate the wheel and just wants to drive the car 100 miles an hour through a brick wall, that could be means that you could be on our team. If you're tired of hitting your head on the ceiling in corporate America, you could be a good match for us. So I just kind of reverse engineered all the things that made the team valuable to the people on it already. And then we just kind of went through like an exploration process of, if you don't mind having somebody else on this, somebody else's name on the sign, you just care about making $1 million, we're a match. Things like that. And
Yeah.
so that really helps because, you know, they could see then, okay, I understand. Like, it's not about the splits and it's not about any of that stuff. It's all up here. How much money do you want to make? What do you want to do in your life? And if I can help get you there,
Yeah.
then let's really dive into this.
So is this value presentation performed just face to face? Is this in writing that you work through, you provide them information, and then you have this appointment? How does that work?
Yeah, good question. So everything starts with a conversation. And so, if there's and I'm always hiring, right? Like I learned that a long time ago. Always need a bench because the second you don't think you're hiring, you're stuck with your pants down. Right? Like, and I'll hire anybody that if it's like we're in alignment at a high level, I will figure it out. So when there's somebody that comes into my world who I think could be worth having a conversation with, 100% conversation first. And if I feel like, this has some legs, like I feel confident and comfortable, and it's always about the other person. I talk very little and I just ask as many questions as I can. And that's really the key to all recruiting, right? Is just getting, having that childlike curiosity, asking why, what will that do for you? How could we do that? If I had a magic wand, what would your life look like if I could just do this? And so if there's enough meat on the bone, then I'll take it to the next step, which is the KPA,
Okay.
or personality assessment,
So you are really just having your own list of going deep questions before you're even gonna determine if we're gonna spend some real time together.
yes. Yeah. I have to feel, first of all, that you have energy, you have excitement, you're a good communicator, you have good vocabulary, especially if you're wanting to be an agent,
Matters.
you're going to have some of that, that it factor with people. And if that works out, then we go to that next step. And how grateful that we have Keller Williams. I mean, the career visioning process is absolutely golden. I wish I could be going up to Minnesota to be seeing our friends. That's,
Right.
I mean, you can never take that class enough.
That's right.
And then the KPA. So then I say, okay, this is, we have a really unique assessment that tells you all about you and it kind of pinpoints some of the characteristics that would make you successful. It's not a win or a lose or a right or a wrong, but I think at this point it would be a great framework for us to spend some time together so I can get to know you on a deeper level. And if after that we feel like, that it's worth exploring, let's go into the details of what it means to be on a team.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get into that until the third.
Yeah.
Really
So I would love all this, and this is a great plan to follow. But I know that at least for us, and probably some people watching, they might struggle with the how do I even get to the conversation? How do I get people to want to come to me or call me? Or do I prospect to them? Do I market? Do I have social media ads? How do I get the people that could even be potential candidate?
Oh, that's such a great question. And I will say that it's, for my team, it has been, I would say, and maybe you would feel this way too, because you are a well-recognized brand. I would say twofold. It's never been difficult to have a lot of organic conversations with people. I also do talk about it a lot with my clients about what does it mean to have a career in real estate? Does this look like something that could be fun for you? It's on the tagline of our signature line. And then, of course, with the help of Keller Williams with K-Score, right? Like I'm not a team leader at the market center that my team is in, but we really work together on, okay, there's not many teams in my market center. So it's very natural for people, the launch coaches, to come to me and say, hey, we've got someone that's interested in that. And, and you have to kind of figure out I think it would be so easy to do like a command campaign,
Mhm.
right? Like even like a ClickFunnels website. Even like Linda McKissick has that the whole game plan out there. It's a specific website that's just geared towards, are you looking for a career in real estate?
Yeah.
Talks about case score. You could work with your leadership team at your market center about what could you do to work together with them? How could you be present at career night? Um, putting it out on Facebook. You have to always be talking about it though.
Yeah.
People, but you get a lot of, oh my gosh, I want to look at pretty houses. I want to be you.
I know. That's right. We get to filter
You're
through
really-
that. So
Yeah.
I know, for example, I love new agents. We're just not staffed and at a place to bring them
Mhm.
on. So I am really looking for that agent who has a little bit of experience. They felt the pain of this thing called real estate, that it isn't as it's not just looking at houses. And so, that's what we're looking for. So whenever you're in the team leader role,
Mm-hmm.
and you are having conversations with agents that are in your market that are struggling as a solo agent or want to join a team, how are you, I guess maybe just in those initial conversations of really a needs analysis
Mm-hmm.
to recruit and again retain.
Yeah, yeah. You really do have to understand what the why behind it.
Okay, yeah.
Um, because and you have teams that have different value propositions, and that is also finding those nuances. There's culture within each different team.
Mhm.
And our team culture is very specific. And it's in our mission statement. We are, no drama, all hands on deck, build each other up, put the client first, all while having fun along the way. We have fun in everything because this is my core value. But and some people are like, it might not be for them, and that's okay too. But it could be a different team culture that's important. So, if it's just like hey, I don't know what to do, I just want to get some leads, get some deals under my belt, and then take everything and then move on and build my own. That's a tough one, right? And you
Yeah.
can vet that. You can vet that at the beginning. So many people have come to me and said, "Oh, I missed those warning signs." They just wanted I always say, do you want your name on the sign? Because if the answer is yes, I say, well, tell me what's important about that. That's the number one,
Yeah.
like, qualifying question of, is this going to be an ego
Yeah.
situation that I won't be able to overcome regardless of how much money they make? And
Yes.
so you got to kind of that has to be sort of front and center, I think.
So as your role in being a team leader, I would think you probably have some standards around you having conversations, proactive conversations with agents in the market. Is that
Mhm.
true?
Oh, of course. Like, meaning how many, or what do you mean by
Yeah.
standard?
So when you're doing this, what does your phone call sound like? Are you having that kind of go deep, find out their why on the phone? Or are you saying, let's meet for coffee? Let's hear about that.
Oh my gosh. Well, when you're looking, like, for the market center, I'm focusing on recruiting agents that are in production.
Right. That's what
Specifically,
I want.
yeah,
Let's hear it. Let's talk about that.
specifically teams, because I will tell you that the thing that does break my heart is the lack of retirement options that we have in this industry, and I am passionate about fixing that. So
Mm.
I'm retired technically, I'm not a production and I'm making an income from my team. So how can we do that for other people at a high level, right? Like, what does that look like? So for me, my focus is really on how can we help teams scale and grow their business. So that's really where I'm recruiting to at a high level,
Okay.
because our brokerage can do that. But anybody that's in production, you really got to figure out, first of all, what are your goals
Mhm.
for yourself? Are you on pace?
Mhm.
Yes or no? And what's the gap? Is someone helping you
Mhm.
create a game plan for the gap in your business so you can win at a high level?
Mhm.
And if the answer is, oh, yeah, okay, tell me more. Who's helping you at your brokerage? What does that look like?
Yeah.
What is the path? And so that usually opens up a lot of conversations. I would say the majority of agents say, well, everybody's you know, slow, or everybody's 30% down. And I'll say, well, let me tell you about a couple agents that aren't, and here's what they're doing. And I'm personally helping them get there. Would that be interesting to you? Do you want to meet for coffee? I can tell you exactly what they're doing. It'll take 10 minutes.
Yeah. You're just going for it, right? You have like no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
If
You
they
can't
are,
make them wrong, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, this is your, if you're going to do something, if you're going to spend time away from your family, right? Let's do it. Let's figure out a way to make this work for you because I personally know that it's possible. And I am fortunate because I am living proof
yeah,
that it is possible. Not everybody wants to get to the level that I'm at, so to speak, meaning to build it to this space where, it fully functions without me.
Mhm.
Um,
And you
that
don't
could be
have to.
daunting, but you don't have to. It's so leverage is what people miss. It's so simple to have some leverage in your business. Or, I've had a lot of success with agents that are at these traditional brokerages that just, they just sail into the sunset at 85 showing property on a Sunday. That
That's right.
breaks my heart.
That's
That
right.
is not good enough.
That's right. That's right. So sounds like you just need to decide. What do you want? Who are you looking for? And then having some goals around it.
Mhm.
How are you held accountable, Carie, to doing these probably, I don't know, uncomfortable. I guess now you're pretty natural and great at it, but maybe at first it wasn't so comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're always recruiting for something. I shouldn't say that. We're always lead generating for
Yeah.
something. I used to lead generate for buyers and sellers, and then I was lead generating for sellers, and now I'm just lead generating for talent. It's
Yeah.
that same conversation, right? And I just know what the attrition looks like.
Yeah.
So I asked our leadership team once, if we stop doing X, fill in the blank, in 3 years, we wouldn't have a business. And it was interesting to me because every one of them said, if we didn't train our agents, and I said, well, I appreciate that. And that is, we are the number one training company. If we don't continue to grow, we will actually be out of business. So everybody's job is growth. We
Yeah.
all have to grow. We all have to get better because iron sharpens iron. So if we're staying stagnant and we're not adding new agents to our market center and to our ecosystem, because in my mind, I know that we can create the perfect universe if I have the teams and then I have the new agents that we can properly train up to go on the teams, right? We have this perfect circle of life and
Yeah.
it keeps ebbing and flowing. We have to keep adding to it. And so, no, stagnant is not in my vocabulary.
So, Carie, what do you think? So, like, say me and my friends that are in my same position, we have some lots of experience and the systems in place, the administrative leverage as well. But what do you think those agents out there in the world right now that would be great candidates to join my team, to join our teams? What is their biggest struggle right now? What do they need? Like, how do like our friend Phil says, is I need to know what they're going to say before they say it. So I need to know what their struggle is before they know that it's their struggle.
Yeah, that's 100%. I have an agent on my team who came to the market center in January of last year and was a teacher. So I love that.
Mhm.
Right. And she was great. And my director of operations, like, there's this gal that's showing up to stuff. She's really sharp, but nothing's really happening. I think she'd be a great match for the team. So I met with her. I said, what does this look like for you? She goes, I don't know what to do. Like literally frozen because it's like, oh, oh, get your website, get your business cards. Oh, and she was like, I go, no, 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 no. I go, come on the team. Right. And so we just one step at a time, right? We'll take your database. We'll introduce. So she just did everything we told her to one step at a time.
Mhm.
And she closed 24 units from end of March until December.
So she just needs somebody to help say, we got you, you do what you like to do.
If you look at the disc profile, right, like that's really important too. I would say if you don't want to kind of just really want to cut to it and you've got somebody who has that S and C is like driving them, they're going to stay behind the computer and they're going to get ready to get ready.
Yes.
And they're going to have the perfect website and they're going to have to have the perfect business card and they have the perfect database and they're never going to take action because that is where their comfort zone is. So all the people that are the high D's and high I's, that you take all that S and C away from them, right? Like,
Yeah.
don't worry about, we'll get the email, we'll do the whole touch program for you. You just go talk to people.
Yeah.
You bring in the cat, we skin it, go get another cat.
Yeah.
that's really the kind of person that's like, oh, okay, great. Because there's too many things in this business for us to focus on. We have a graphic in that presentation I was telling you about, and it's this giant circle, and it's got like 500 words in it. CMA, all the things.
Yeah.
And in the middle, it says agent. And we highlight it. We say, this is all we want you to do. We're going to take all this mess and we're going to take it away from you. And we just want you to be I said, be this square. This is all that you have to worry about doing. And if you are really a high I and you want to just be in front of people all day, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. I love, love, love implementing and focusing on behavioral styles as well. That reminds me, I love teaching the disc. So I have
Oh,
coming up here locally in my city. And so that would be a great way for me to attract talent is come to my class. And then I can know already.
yes. Thank you. Done. It's the simplest thing you can do. Yeah. I mean, we are evaluating our new agents now that come in. We had that influx of K-score.
Yeah.
And, we're having hard conversations with agents after we do the disc and the KPA.
Yeah.
And say, like, this could be harder for you than you think, because it's your natural tendency is not in this area where you need to be strong at.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. Like, is there something else you could do? Do you want to support agents? Do you want to be marketing? Like, so we just have to be okay to have those hard conversations. People, I think we made it sound too easy to be a realtor.
Yeah.
And it's really
You might be setting them free when they're like, oh yeah, that's why it's so uncomfortable. I get it now. We're just educating. Last question, Carie. You talked about this presentation. Is there any chance you could share it with us?
Yes, I knew you were going to ask. I wouldn't have brought it up otherwise.
Okay, good, because we love sharing and adding value for everybody, and I know they would appreciate that. Having a great visual then, because we love to rip off and duplicate here at our company. We love sharing, so that's awesome. It's been so great talking to you. I always learn so much. I love your energy, and yes, I had fun. So this was a win today.
I know. I can't wait to have you on next. I'm going to put you on I'm going to spotlight you with our top 10 or something fun. You're so amazing.
Oh, I'm so excited. Well, listen, any final words? How can people find and connect with you? That would be something great to share.
Oh yeah. So social media, Holzl Homes. I also have I'm on Facebook as well, HOLZL, Holzl Homes, and then I'm just Carie Holzl on both of those. I have my personal page too, but just type my name in. There'll be all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, I know. And we spell our names special and unique. So that's always wonderful as well. So, well, appreciate you so much. Look forward to seeing you very soon and
Yes.
talk to you later. Bye, Carie.
Okay, see you soon. Bye.